This is your weekly or week ahead tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. Let's get right into it. Be prepared, because both Mars and Venus are now in Virgo. They keep kind of like, Venus has been there for a little while, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know the exact timing, but Mars is just slipping in over the next 24 hours. So it's not a warning. It's just, it's a mad coupling. And it's a time, especially I think if they keep doing this beautiful sort of dance in the sky together of visiting each zodiac sign, it's a wonderful time of recalibration for you to calibrate your feminine aspects and your masculine aspects. The how do I get things done aspects, and the how do I give and how do I receive aspects. Like, how do I give, how do I receive? You know, it's a great time for you to great time for you to balance the give and take, the yin and yang aspects of who you are, Virgo. This is that time, and I love this year because of that dance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine in the sky is saying, okay, we really should have balance between the two. We shouldn't have dominance, you know, we shouldn't have subservience. We should have a balance between the two, and it's a great time when Mars and Venus visit together to say, okay, let's get it together. Like, what do I really want out of life? Really, to be honest with yourself, like, how much do I want to give? What do I want to receive? How do I get things done? And the ways that I'm getting things done, are they helping me? You know, it's a great time to take stock. It's not a retrograde, and Mercury actually, which still rules your energy, is combust the sun in Leo. And so there's a wonderful, beautiful time for you to really know who you are and what you need, and to be able to articulate it strong and kind of like serve up that mentality of, okay, well then how do I schedule, make everything, how do I get started? That's kind of what it is. It's a catalyst type of energy. It's a lot of energy. So it always takes the most energy when you start something, right? So now is a wonderful time, Virgo, for you to start this process of recalibration and balancing and evening out the aspects of your life. Now, ironically, as I'm talking to you, this card is the card that is staring at me, and it's the Sun card, and Mercury combusts the Sun, and this is happening in Leo season, right? That's where we are now, but Venus and Mars are both in Virgo. So this is a time of great happiness and self-satisfaction. This is a time of great kind of beauty and feeling of warmth, and I think it's the realization of letting yourself live again, coming out of your hermitage and letting yourself feel and know love again, and togetherness and connection again. Now, love is not romance. It is, it's connection. That's what it is. So this is a time of great victory or triumph. There's some sort of success, and I think it has to do with the success of knowing who you are. Getting yourself back, feeling more like yourself than you have in a while, because there has been a disassociation. Let's get into the rest of the cards. We have the Two of Swords, which is mixed communications. Maybe somebody you're not sure about some information or connection with somebody else. Maybe there's two sides to things, and you can't make up your mind until you get more information on something. Let's continue to see the cards. The Five of Swords is all about defeat, all about somebody else winning and being able to get one over on you because of the lack of information. And let's put it this way, it's coming up in the cards, so 10-1 it didn't sit right with you. And then we have the Ace of Swords, clarity, knowing exactly what it is you want, and and not mincing any words about it. Also a triumph or a victory over a stage of being confused or not having enough information or feeling like you've been stripped and made vulnerable. This is now a chance for you to take the bull by the horns and lay it bare and take control, to, you know, like tame the beast type of thing. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is some sort of something that hasn't, you've been, you know, sometimes clarity is when we give up on something, because we realize that it's not always defeat to give up on something. Sometimes it's a great victory, because now we're allowing ourselves to not waste our energy on things that don't serve us or haven't been working for us. So the Seven of Pentacles allows us to see things for what they are. Am I getting fruit from this tree? You know, and is it growing? I'm putting work in it, but it just isn't blossoming. It isn't blooming. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is maybe I just need to cut ties here and be on my own. And this is being very abundant and finding abundance on your own. But more accurately, this is something that's been coming to you for a while. And since it's Pentacles, it seems to be something that's tangible, 3D resources. Could be money, could be other resources. But this is something that's tangible, finally coming to you that was stalled. And there is a big stall period, Virgo. There has been. But I feel like, I don't know if you guys have felt the impact so much, because for you guys, it's been more emotional, a lot of confusion in your mind, how to make sense of the world and the uprooting, especially of what's been going on in the world lately, has been really so traumatic for you that you may have, like the stuck that everybody else is feeling, it may have felt comfortable for you. It's like, please slow this shit down just a little bit so I can like get my bearings, because everything is moving too fast and completely out of control. But ultimately there has been a stagnation, whether you realize it or not. And now there's just this sense of something coming in, something coming to you, something that you've worked for that wasn't working out, blooming or blossoming. Okay. I want these cards. I will use those cards. I want these cards. All my decks have a different voice. And it's like, what voice do I need to hear right now? It's kind of like what I asked the question. And this is the voice of the deck that I needed to ask right now. So in the past, and I'll show you the cards after I finish the shuffle, it seemed like you were kind of stuck in a loop, because as soon as you tried to grow, it's like you were growing in the same direction. So this is looping yourself over and over again. It was a never-ending story and regeneration. The same thing kept happening continuously, and I don't think you were happy about it. First of all, it takes recognition and understanding that this is happening, and it's hard to recognize, right? Especially when you're stuck in it, because it can be very dizzying. But this is it. It's like the same old fucking story kept regenerating itself over and over again. And okay, and I mean, look at her. She's like exhausted. She's like, can we like? She's exhausted, and I like that image of this human who's just completely exhausted, because at least the exhaustion is an acknowledgement of, I am going in circles and I am getting nowhere, and I just keep seeing the same thing happening over and over again. But at least you see it happening now, right? That was the win a while ago in the past, was that, oh, I realized that this keeps happening. It doesn't mean that you had any insight or that you knew what the hell was going on. You know, you got the Two of Swords, meaning that there was confusion. Like, just because I see it happening, I don't understand it well enough to know why it keeps happening. Message in a bottle is here, meaning that there is information, or there was information, or maybe some sort of information that you were keeping to yourself in order to keep the peace, to not face it or not look at it because the information was there. This is also a sense of the information kind of came to you finally, and it gave you a great deal of peace. Yeah, something that you had been waiting on. Those missing puzzle pieces, you know, Virgos, it's whether you like actual puzzles or not, you like to have everything together and in the right order. And there's just this sense of something was missing and something was not allowing you to put all of the things together. It wasn't like, it was like solving an equation where you didn't know one of the variables, you know, and it was just such frustration because you had all the other information, but you couldn't finish the equation. You couldn't finish it without that last piece, and that last piece is coming to you. It's coming to you, and maybe it has come to you, finally sort of illuminating and helping you to understand things. All that glitters. So all that glitters is not gold. You know, finish the statement. So maybe what seems to be correct, what seems to be right, all this masks, all this glitter, everything that's been getting so much attention lately, there's a falsehood in it. There's a deception in it. There's just a lack of quality when it promises quality. It's really just false, and that's why the masks are there sitting on top of the gold. It's that this is not real. You know, masks represent hiding something. So something was hidden behind all of this, and you know, maybe something was hidden behind a lot of success. Something was hidden behind a lot of money coming in, but it wasn't giving you the happiness, and you couldn't figure out why. Well, let's figure out why. Virgo. Way in the past, something extremely emotional happened, and this is Piscean energy, which means you held on to these emotions. This is coming way in the past, but it's very clear that this is part of your psyche, and that's why it's coming up now, because we're in a state now of Neptune in reverse, and Neptune in retrograde. So whatever fantasies you may have pasted on top of to not have to face, these emotions have come up again. They're front and center. Virgo. Now, yeah. The card itself says there is always enough. That could also be where... Okay, now I heard it. You haven't felt this kind of abundance. Maybe you haven't felt this intensely about something in a very long time. Like it would take you a while back to be able to have felt like you're just feel as much as you're feeling now. This is a really beautiful sign, actually, for Virgo. I feel like there's more cards that need to come out here, but they just didn't. This deck, as much as I love it, it's very hard to shuffle because it's so thick for my hands. Okay, there is a wily fox here. There is a deceptive energy. This is Sagittarius energy. Something that's distracting. So like the bigger picture has become distracting. It's almost become deceptive, this bigger picture. Yeah, this, when it comes out in reverse, the fox is always deceptive. The fox isn't always deceptive. The fox is usually like malleable. So what it can mean is that you were not able to be flexible. You were not able to go along, or somebody you knew was not able to go along with, like make changes really quickly. They were stuck. Somebody was stuck. It could have to do with this idea of being stuck because of the greater good, and it wasn't really the greater good. It was just being stuck. And then we have bring your ideas to life coming out now, which is maybe what people need to do, or how people need to take care of themselves, or I mean, this is that crystal clear time, right? Mercury combusts the sun. Mercury is in service to the self, the ego, the understanding of who you really are and what you really want. So this is the time to take off your masks and articulate what you see and what you know and what you hear. And you'll be, I mean, I think it's almost natural for you right now to have to share your ideas. Let them out. They need to come out. No, we're going to do the moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. You still have potential to change this. Or it still has potential to change. And maybe that is where the frustration is coming from. Double-edged sword, like wherever side you're coming at. You could either be very frustrated because they haven't signed the papers yet, or because it's not official and you want it to be, and you want an answer. You don't want people to keep being obscure and facetious and beating around the bush. You want them to give you an answer and tell you yes or no. But this could be coming from a good perspective, in that you still have time to decide. You still have time to bow out if it's not really the right thing for you. You still have time, as in you haven't been shut out. You haven't really lost this. There's still an opportunity. So there's still a window of opportunity to change things. And so you can really use your influence that way, especially if you are talking about communications, or you have some ideas here that you've kept to yourself. You should share them now. What does Virgo need to know? Virgo. Prosperity and freedom. That's more 3D abundance. What's more, it's almost like if you've been aching for money, or there has been something that has been holding your money up, it's like you have to liberate yourself. That's what you really want. You want to liberate yourself from some sort of commitment, or bill, or you want to be free from some sort of financial burden. This is also money could be coming into you. I need more information on this. Prosperity and freedom. From what? I mean, prosperity and freedom speaks of financial freedom, like having the money to that enables you to be free. There's also protection here. You are protected. You're protected. Protected from what, though? What do you feel scared of or frightened of? Maybe it's the money itself, or the extra bump in income that's that's going to help you get freedom from the stuff that you're afraid of, or keep you away from the boogeyman. I just think that this also could be freedom. Like you finally feel safe after a long time of not feeling safe. That to me is worth more gold to you than anything, is that you finally feel the abundance of space around you. That's what's changed. Virgo. New life. Whoa. This is a major change that you're finally prepared for, because now it's like you have the information that you needed to have, and you got a great deal of peace, and you were able to become an egg and grow yourself. This is something that was growing, that was forming, that was developing, and you see now she's cracked out of her egg. She's ready to be awakened. So this is you coming back into life, finally being poised and ready to get out there and start making decisions and start making moves. You're not so scared anymore. You feel an umbrella of safety. There's some sort of protection here that's coming in. I want to go deeper into this. Yeah. Maybe I'll just go to... no. Hold on. Let me get these cards first. Virgo. This could also be that you've been holding something inside that you've needed to say for a while, and you're finally letting it out. So it's sort of a communication freedom. It's an emotional freedom. But I feel like this is like you feeling like you finally have your life back again, because you haven't felt this free or this happy, or you haven't felt this many feelings. This is like almost a stage of numbness that you've been in for a while, and now boom, something is making you feel safe enough to come out of that feeling. It could be romance. I mean, yeah. Smoky quartz, we have clearing negativity. Release negativity from within and around you. And of course, releasing it from around you gives you more space to release what is in you, because it gives you space to purge. So it's like getting all the negative away from you, and it's feeling so good. And then you can release all the fear that was inside of you. And then watermelon tourmaline, stress reduction. De-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. But this is coming in a little earlier, like a little bit beforehand. So a little bit in the past. It's almost like now it's starting to finally take effect. Like you're starting to actually feel relaxed from the break that you tried to give yourself. Let's go into tarot. If you would love to continue this story, come on over to the extended. I'll see you guys over there.